Day 11 of Kratom Withdrawal, and I'm continuing on going on this daily just because a couple people did ask, so I figure as long as somebody wants to see it and listen, then I will definitely keep it going until I feel like I'm 100% free from all these symptoms. I can't say that I'm, anywhere in bad shape. Like the chronic is definitely behind me. I would say what I'm suffering now is PAWS, along with the return of my normal symptoms, which it was hard to remember because in a lot of social situations I would use kratom as a way to, go through those. Like I spent a lot of time at home and just in the house, and so today was different in a way because I went to church and went to lunch as well. Was around, out, socializing, around people. So that's when I do kind of notice, just in general, anxiety. What I do note though is that the anxiety I'm having recently is different than, I guess, normal everyday anxiety. You can kind of tell maybe right now that I'm pretty anxious. I still kind of get that pit in my stomach. It's different than what I would get before, like pre kratom. So I'm still attributing this to pause as my body re-regulates and as I get used to things, but it was different in a lot of ways because at church we worship, you stand up and you sing and clap hands and using kratom I was always like, well yeah, like that's easy, full bore, like but being off the kratom I had a different connectiveness. I thought, maybe I'm going to worry about maybe I'll worry about being around a crowd and kind of throwing worship. I like to clap, I like to sing, which shocks me. I don't even really do that at, like, rock concerts as much. Like I'm usually quiet. I'm usually just banging my head, I wouldn't start singing. So I know, they're called to worship. So I was singing. I was actually singing and moving and doing things I would normally do, but a different connectiveness. And I feel like there's a different passion that starts to come in. I'm noticing from being off of kratom that's coming. You know, I guess it's not having everything kind of numbed out, so you're more connected to things, God spiritually, but just others around you. There's there's a rawness to it as well, just because you are more open to good feelings and bad. I guess is what I'm feeling. So still feeling like I'm having pause going on, and I will keep making the videos till I am through that. If I can on the daily, I'm going to try to. But today I would just kind of wanted to make a quick video because it was a long day, and I think being around so much activity, I'm usually not. I'm usually at home a lot, so that was like a true test of what's going on. My chills as well. Like I had a really hard time getting warm. Today's a lot cooler, but I feel like I'm more adjusted. I looked around and it wasn't me wearing like a huge jacket or sweater and on top of clothes when everybody else was in t-shirts. So I felt like I was dressed comparably to everybody else, and that was good to see. So I think my temperatures, I was a little chilly, but so were other people, it seemed like. So I believe on day 11 my temperature is regulated. I think it seems to have. Somebody was speaking the other night, Judy, about having uh, which she felt like was a fever, I believe she said, and then but her temperature was like 91 degrees. So I wonder if that's something, maybe if anybody's noticed that kind of effect with kratom, where you have what feels like a fever, either had a fever that's really there, or notice a drop in body temperature. That's kind of interesting to me because I felt it was more like, I felt maybe I had a little bit of a fever, like a 99, but I was maybe just I don't know, like when you have a fever, I guess you get the chills. I didn't feel like I was cold, but perhaps I was. I don't know if anybody had any experience with that. My hands were cold. Like I know that people would touch my hands or whatever and say, "Wow, your hands are cold." So um, yeah, so there's that. But I think that's regulated now. The depression and anxiety, that's going to be with me all the time. But just separating that from what I'm used to, I would say it's still pause related. It's still me adjusting and still kind of getting through that. So, yeah, not a whole bunch to report as far as the physical, just because it is, like I said, kind of weaning down to where I'm feeling more and more stable and adapting to being without and processing through things as they come in real time. So, without, that buffer that I had before. Yeah, I have a lot of anxiety today, actually. But it is improving, and it was just kind of a busy day, I think. So that's the difference. Somebody mentioned something interesting to me. Was it for the chills? You can use ibuprofen, they said they believe works. That stuck out to me. I got a bunch of really great information today. I mean, well, today and yesterday through the Kratom channel that I want to share with you guys. I didn't have time to prepare like a little note card or something that I could go through and remember all of it, but I'm getting a ton of information, and so in coming videos, the less and less I'm able to speak about a lot of symptoms or what I'm going through or how I'm dealing, I'm going to speak about some things that I've learned on here that either I've tried and have helped, or that, you might just want to try. Some, that ibuprofen's an interesting tip. If I still had the cold chills, I was going to try it and see if that helped. And that's something, obviously, you could research on your own to figure out if it's something you want to do. I did, because of all these awesome donations and you guys being so generous with your income, I was able to order a scale. I was able to order DLPA. And DLPA is been recommended many times for anxiety and depression. I'm not sure if it's going. I don't know. And if somebody could mention down there if this is something that's going to work for me just for my normal, if it's just for withdrawal symptom type stuff, like as our body starts to producing dopamine normally or whatever again, or if it's something that's going to help with just overall anxiety. That would be awesome. I haven't really found anything. I've used theanine, L-theanine, and it's a bit out of my price range. That stuff's pretty expensive. So I'm looking for, I guess, a cheaper solution. L-theanine works great, but yeah, very expensive. And the amount I needed to take at points, it's not feasible at all. Kratom was cheaper, actually, the way that I was using L-theanine pretty much. I had to use a lot. So I'm trying to think if there's anything. Well, the scale's coming because, as I'd mentioned in previous videos, I'm going to be going off the Kratom. So, going off the Klonopin, not the Kratom. Done that. I'm going to be going off the Klonopin. So that's going to be a whole nother set of issues and a whole nother battle. I'm getting prepared for that mentally as I kind of start to feel this come down. I want to wait for my normal type anxiety levels before I take that jump, just where I'm coping better. Not that I guess talking right now you can maybe tell I'm anxious, but generally I kind of hide it off pretty well, I think. So, and I haven't had, see, what I'm worried about is I haven't had panic attacks in a long time. I used to get panic attacks pretty bad, so, and then I'd have a panic attack thinking about I might have a panic attack in public. So I'm worried about that. And as I go down on the Klonopin, so that should be interesting. But yeah, as far as the Kratom, looking good. I mean, I'm feeling a big time connectedness to God. I'm feeling both good and bad with just being with around people. There's more. It's like taking taking your knife out of the sheath in a way, where you have this sheath and it covers things, and it's I don't know. It's been a different level. So that's been interesting, and I can't tell you guys how much the contributions that you guys have made to this channel and to what I'm doing have helped me and have touched my heart. And if you would like to, you can do so below anonymously, or set it up to do it monthly through there. But I have the links down in the description. I will put a link down to DLPA as well. I'm getting mine tomorrow, so I'm pretty excited about that, along with the scale. And we'll go from there. I'm going to obviously talk about the DLPA, and like I said, I will start talking about the Kratom withdrawals, and I also want to mention one other thing. I don't remember what it was. Oh, I want to mention all the things that have been brought up on this channel it's kind of cool because I get all this information from different people that have, have heard or researched and done a lot more research than I have. And then they just kind of give it to me. And I'm able to siphon it out to you guys so that you can also benefit from it, or at least try it or look into it. But some really interesting stuff. Vitamin C, high dose vitamin C, somebody recommended the other day as well. And I've been taking that. I'm not sure if I'm past that point where it would have been, more helpful in the chronic stages. I remembered vitamin C at one point. I think I kind of just spaced on it. Everything else was going on, and I was desperate for stuff, so I should have tried it. But yeah, so the vitamin C might be something. I believe it's just kind of a high dose vitamin C for that, and from what I was looking at, other opiate withdrawals, just opiate withdrawals in general. A lot of people that watch this channel might get on Suboxone or some of the other harder ones, that are a bit stronger and a lot more intense, usually in symptoms. Like I mentioned before, I think in a video, that my PAWS, the post-acute withdrawal syndrome, seems to hang around a bit for me. It was 2 months last time. I'm 11 days out right now. I'm hoping it doesn't go 2 months to where I'm still noticing it until I'm like feeling a full recovery. Like I said, I'll keep making videos until I do, and trying to share and pass along any new information that I get that might help you guys that are using Kratom or coming off Kratom. Okay, guys, that's it. That's it for now. And until next time, God bless.